Knowing how manifestation works, knowing you're the creator of your reality, and knowing that you are God is one thing, but experiencing it is the thing that's going to get you from thinking about your desires to living the life you came here to live. Now, before we move on, I don't mean this in the sense that you need to abandon gaining knowledge or abandon learning or anything like that. This video is just meant to be a reminder to turn theory into practice. Now, for example, I worked a few jobs where there was a strong corporate structure, and one of the jobs was changing tires. And, we were the grunt workers. We knew that there would be curveballs. We knew that things would break. And every once in a while, people from head office would come and they would have all these big ideas because they had all the spreadsheets and they had all the data. And they would come with these new processes that they wanted us to implement. And, they had all of the knowledge, but they didn't have any of the experience. In an ideal world, the processes that they wanted to implement would work really well, but they didn't have the experience to really implement them effectively because they didn't take into consideration, the curveballs or, everything else that comes with experience and how to apply that knowledge truly efficiently. And how this looks with manifestation is people will gain knowledge and it'll be very exciting and maybe they'll apply it a little bit, but instead of actually experiencing themselves as God, experiencing themselves as the creator of their reality and what that really means, they just continue to gain knowledge, to gain more information, to gain more theory. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when knowledge begins to outweigh experience too much, that's when manifestation becomes complicated. That's when it can feel like a struggle because then you don't know where to start. You don't have the experience to know what's actually holding you back, know what's actually right or wrong, or know the tweaks to make. And the fix is just practicing more, to experience yourself as God, to take a moment to know that you are the creator of your reality. You don't have to stop watching this video to do that. Just take a minute and really, embrace what that means to be the creator of your reality, to truly experience that fact. And I know this because this is what happened to me. And when I first started learning about manifesting, two of the main points that I came across, one was that you reap what you sow, and the other one was the concept of I am. Whatever follows after I am, I am is only something you can say for yourself. So when you say I am, everything that follows after creates your reality. And while there's a little bit more nuance to that, years and years later, it really is as simple as that. And you will catch those nuances the more you take the time to firstly experience yourself as God and the creator of your reality, but also to apply those principles, to actually take the time to experience them and have faith that in what you're sowing, you will reap. Because really, on the most fundamental level, that's all there is to it. You reap what you sow. And generally speaking, just knowing those two concepts, reaping what you sow and the concept of I am, you're 90% of the way there to being able to live the life you came here to live. The remaining 10% is just applying it and experiencing it. But it's that 10% that is going to make all the difference. So if you're watching this, odds are you already know all you need to know to manifest. And like the title says, manifestation isn't a game of knowledge, it's a game of experience. So have faith in yourself, not just as the character you play, but as the creator of your reality. Have faith in your imagination, have faith in the God that you are, and have faith in the seeds that you're planting. Now, if you want to dive deeper, check out Mystic Manifestation on School, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video.